talk about my journey to motherhood. My journey to motherhood, Sabrina, Inclan.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Today, I'm going to share my journey to how I became a mother. It all started when I was young. I always had a dream of being a mother. I was very motherly to my younger siblings. I enjoyed babysitting. I knew that one day when I met the man of my dreams, it wouldn't be, would we have kids, but when would we have kids? I met my husband when I was 19, and at that time I thought that I had wanted 10 children. Lucky for me, that didn't scare him away, but as time went on, I realized 1 or 2 would be just fine. We were getting older, and 10 was just not going to be in the cards for us. We were married in 2008, and at the time we'd been dating for 4 years, and we decided that we would wait to start having kids till I graduated from college, which wasn't going to be until December of 2010. So 2011 came, and we started trying to have a baby. They say you have to try for a year before anything else can happen. So we tried for a year, and at that time it's been about 8 years of not really preventing having a baby, and with no success. So my husband and I decided we would go and seek professional help. We started the process by going to just your regular OB. They gave us Clomid to try for 3 months and no success. They first tested my husband for infertility issues, and at that time they told us our chances for having a natural pregnancy were not there, that they recommended we see an infertility specialist. So February 2013 is when we met Dr. Mark Amos, and he was a godsend. Our first 1 hour sit down with him, all of our answers, concerns were answered at that time. We had found out that what the OB had told us about my husband was somewhat correct, but his issues were minor, easy to fix. I, in fact, was the reason we could not have children. I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, which causes a cyst to form on my ovaries instead of an egg being released every month. Dr. Amos said it best, my body never gave us a chance. So, over the next few months, I underwent other tests to make sure that was our only roadblock. And lucky for us, that was it. At the time, we decided that intrauterine insemination was going to be the best option for us. This is also called IUI. It's where the male gives a semen sample that's then washed and turned into what they call super semen, and that's injected directly into the female uterus at the time of ovulation. This was really going to be our only hope. It was the most cost effective, and it was our only chance of having a child of our own. June through October, I went to see Dr. Amos every cycle day 3 for an ultrasound to check for any cyst on my ovaries. If there was a cyst, we couldn't move forward. Nothing could be done. The meds that we need to take were going to make the cyst grow rather than aid in pregnancy. October was the first month that there was no cyst. We were able to start right away with Clomid and hormone injections for a week, followed by another ultrasound that would then determine how many mature eggs there were. And there was nothing. My body had not reacted at all to the meds, but luckily Dr. Amos was there and said, don't worry, we can start right away. We're creating a cycle, so on we went. We switched to Femera and hormone injections for another week, followed by another ultrasound, and this time there were 6 mature eggs. And Dr. Amos said, nope, no can't do. Your odds for having multiples are too high and it's too risky. So we had to stop. November came, cycle day 3, no cyst. Yay, we could move on. We stuck with Femera and hormone injections. A week later, the ultrasound showed 2 eggs. Perfect, we could move on. I would need one more shot called a trigger shot, 36 hours prior to the IUI procedure. This would trigger ovulation within 36 hours. My husband would go in an hour and a half before we would go in together, give his sample, and then we would go in for the procedure. It took all of 20 minutes, and then the wait began. 2 weeks later, the home test and the blood draw confirmed that we were indeed pregnant. 2 days later, we had to have another blood draw to make sure the pregnancy hormone HCG was at least doubling, and it wasn't. So every other day I had a blood draw to see how things were looking, and there was no improvement. At 5 weeks, we had an ultrasound, and it confirmed that the fertilized fetus had been implanted outside of the uterus, and we had to terminate. So I needed 4 chemo-like injections that would cause the pregnancy to slowly end, and then we had to wait. It took 2 months with blood tests twice a week to confirm the pregnancy was gone. At that time, February came around, and guess what? I had a cyst. Couldn't do anything. March rolled around, no cyst. We were good to go. But this time we didn't have Dr. Amos. He had left the practice, wasn't practicing yet, so we had a new doctor, and it was all new and scary again. But we knew what we needed to do. We told the doctor, this is what works. We were good to go. So there we were, Femera, hormone injections for a week. Ultrasound a week later, we had 2 mature eggs. Things were looking good. We scheduled the IUI for March 15th. And then on April 2nd, we had the home test and the positive blood draw that showed we were pregnant. 2 weeks later, and 2 days later, the number more than doubled. Everything looked great. We were so excited. We wouldn't have to go back for 2 weeks. We were 6 weeks pregnant, and we got to see our baby for the first time. Little tiny fetus. All we could see was the heartbeat. It was really magical. We would only see the fertility doctor for 2 more weeks before they sent us on our way to a regular OB. And we felt nervous and scared because they held our hands for all this time, and now we were just being shoved to a new doctor. But the rest of our pregnancy was smooth until the last trimester when I started showing signs of preeclampsia, which just required a little extra monitoring. Everything was great. On December 6, 2014, at 1:09 a.m., my beautiful baby girl was born, and my dreams of becoming a mother finally came true. Thank you.